Om Jnana Timirandasya Jananjana Shalakaya Chakshulunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Svaya Rupa Gadamaya Tadati Svapadantikam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, you. It's me, Bhaktarupa Das, Ben Exoi, the old school monk, and today I thought I would just share my thoughts as I've been AFKing with my good old friend Man here in Drano Village. I was thinking, is it even possible to AFK on RuneScape? You could use remote desktop viewer or RuneScape mobile, set yourself a timer and refresh your kind of splash cooldown or whatever you want to call it every 20 minutes so that you keep gaining experience. But although you're physically away from the keyboard, it seems as though your mind can never be away from the game so long as you're logged in. I thought I'd come clean here today before you and admit I don't think I can play this game, RuneScape, in a healthy way. I don't think, if I'm being totally honest, that it's possible for me to not become absorbed in this silly little point and click medieval role-playing game. I'm too weak, which is quite a humbling thing to have to say. Even me just playing AFK or even playing at the keyboard, I noticed that there's some kind of, I guess you could call it darkness, some kind of like weight, some kind of burden which comes upon my soul. I don't want to be overly dramatic, but it's a kind of darkness that I remember from before I was a monk, and it's the same darkness that follows me when I used to kind of misuse different substances like marijuana. The same kind of darkness which kind of kept me in bed rather than jumping out and facing the world. And it's the same kind of darkness that I used to get when I became overly absorbed in this virtual role-playing game. I guess if you can relate to that feeling, then me and you are together in that way. We share that common struggle. It's an aspect of the battle that we have to fight in this life. Everyone's dealt a different set of cards. Based on the type of body that we're given, we all have a different type of battle to fight. And the Bhagavad Gita, that yoga text that I've spoken about loads of times, is all about equipping you with the tools to be able to fight your fight. Everyone's fight is unique to them, and based on where I was born, the age that I am, when I was 11 years old, RuneScape was at that peak, delicious, kind of perfect stage. I don't know if you remember it. 2005, 2006, 2007. And so like at that very formative time in my life, this game gave me so much kind of like, it hijacked my dopamine system. This is speculation, I don't know what a dopamine system even is, but what I'm saying is, it's as if my brain was formed around this game. So here I am now, basically 20 years later, and I spent time as a monk totally forgot about this whole kind of RuneScape realm and this RuneScape world, and just simply dabbling with it. It's so easy for my mind to become totally enveloped by this game, you know? So like, that's why I posed the question, is it possible for one to be AFK? Because even me taking tentative steps, not playing too many hours, but logging on occasionally and just trying to like gradually level up my account, I found that it's actually captured me, it's absorbed me, and I don't like the way it feels. It feels thick and gooey, whereas when my spiritual practices are where they need to be, I feel light and free. So I feel this is kind of like I'm walking on tar and I'm almost ready to give it up, you know? And then there's this kind of like juxtaposition then, okay, you guys have all come in contact with these spiritual teachings as a result of this game, you know? So I feel a sense of duty and a sense of indebtedness to you guys. You've given me your attention and I feel like I need to keep trying to serve you. But at the same time, I feel like humbly I must admit that I am not strong. Like, I'm new to spiritual life. I was a monk for 5 years, but it doesn't mean, you know, people have been doing this. Souls have been walking this path of Bhakti Yoga for many, 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 many lifetimes. They have much, much, much more experience stored from previous lifetimes. And I've got to say, I feel like a noob. I feel like maybe I'm like level 60 in my prayer, and I'm trying to like act as if I'm level 99, you know? I'm trying to give shelter, I'm trying to give advice, or I'm trying to give something to you guys, but I'm not so qualified. You know, like when you go on an aeroplane, you got to put your own mask on first before you put the mask on your children, kind of thing. So I feel like I'm in that situation. Okay, when I'm coming close to this game, it's almost like there's a warning flashing. Okay, be careful here. This is fire that you're playing with. Because I guess it's a real thing, isn't it? Like video game addiction, intoxication. Sobriety means to be in touch with reality the way that it is. So when our consciousness expands into these video games and we become totally absorbed in the world that exists on your screen, then I think it's kind of logical to suggest that you're intoxicated by that. Now, AFK skills, whatever, you're not exactly absorbed. It's not like you're playing the game and you're killing a boss, or you're doing a quest, or you're doing something which requires your attention, like your first-hand attention. But your attention is still taking up some percentage of it, whether it's 5%, 10%, 20%, 50%. There's still a certain percentage of your attention that's thinking about the game, thinking about kind of refreshing the aggro timer, thinking about your XP gains, the path for training and leveling your character, you know, calculating certain kind of methods. Okay, if I chop this many rubies, then I'll get to 99. If I buy this many death runes to splash, then I can have 99 mage. Calculations going over in your head. If I get another 60 Castle Wars tickets, then I can have that cool decorative armor plate body. You get me? Is it 60 or is it 80? Maybe it's 100 I need. The mind is like whirring through these calculations. At least mine is. This is the way I approach the game. Very kind of like numerical, nerdy kind of approach. You caught me, I'm a nerd. But what I'm saying is that attention that's being taken could be spent on something that's more valuable. I've got a lot of accounts on RuneScape which I don't even know the password to. I don't even know the login. I was talking to an old friend, Anthony, yesterday. We used to play RuneScape 10 years ago. Every day. I'd stay up till 1 a.m. every day and talk to him playing this game. He's telling me things that happen in the game. I don't even remember what he's talking about. Totally deleted from my memory. So if we just like logically apply that to what's happening now on my Ben XI character, 10 years down the road, I ain't gonna remember any of the stuff that's happening to me. Meanwhile, I'm trading hours and hours of my time and attention into this game that I'm gonna forget about. Now that is at least at the very least, is a metaphor for material life. Material life means this material world of elements and atoms. We live in a world of earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego. These are the different material elements which make up the overall material atmosphere. This biome, this realm, is constructed of subtle and gross elements. So we use our subtle body, our mind and intelligence to inform our movements in the gross realm. Our voice speaks, our nose smells, our tongue tastes, our arms move things, our legs move us. These are all gross interfaces which allow us to interact with this material biome. So any progress made in that material biome, in that realm, is as temporary as the apparatus itself. So you save up money and get a house. Guess what? When you die, you can't keep that house. You know, you put tattoos on your body. Guess what? When you die, they're gone. You know, so, and you can apply that to anything of this gross realm. Any physical progress is lost. And that's also similar to any RuneScape progress is lost. Like a few days ago, as of the time of me recording this, the RuneScape servers went down for like 6 days because there was 6 hours, because there was like a duplication glitch with some kind of herb lore. I guess it's called like a chugging machine or whatever, pre-pot device. Anyway, long story short, the servers had to shut down for 6 hours. Now I went on a Discord, the RuneScape Discord, and there's people in there pouring their hearts out. Like, oh my god, I can't function. I feel so much darkness because I can't play the game. Like, I feel this sense of loss. You know, these people, they're really expanded and identifying with this RuneScape kind of environment that they play with, and when they can't have access to it, they feel a genuine sense of loss. Like, I don't exist when I don't have my access to my game character, you know? And that's exactly how we're going to feel about all of our material acquisitions at the time of death. We're going to lose those things and we're going to feel the same anguish. My auntie, her house just burnt down maybe 8 months ago. And I speak to her today and she's still in tears. She still cries because she lost everything. All of the pictures of her children growing up. You know, it really hurts because we're really attached to these things, you know. There's a lot of suffering and pain that comes with that attachment. And it's the same thing, like, I find myself now, I'm becoming attached to my RuneScape account. I'm attached to leveling up my XP. I'm attached to getting that 126 combat. And that attachment, I can feel, is a burden on my soul. So, what's the solution? What's the way of escaping that thick darkness? What's the way of allowing the clouds to part, allowing the sunshine to shine on me, the lamp of knowledge to be illuminated within my heart? I know for sure, for certain, the solution is God. I don't know what religious background you come from. Maybe you're Christian, atheist, Hindu, Muslim. There's 100 religions, probably 1,000 religions. You go to the tribe in the Amazon, there's some form of tribal religion that exists there. Wherever you look, there's systems of religion. But yeah, if you make that shift and think, Hare Krishna, man, I need to make moves towards something that's permanent, because this is what the Vedic scriptures promise. It's what every spiritual scripture promises. You have the promise of heaven in the Bible, in the Quran. The Vedic scriptures teach of Vrindavan, the spiritual reality, where there's no more birth, there's no more death, there's no more old age, there's no more disease. It's just an eternal life full of knowledge and bliss. It's our true position. It's the paradise that we have lost. So the solution to these feelings of thick, heavy darkness is to turn back towards that paradise. Is to turn back towards Krishna, to turn back towards God, towards Allah, towards Yahweh, and to make a sincere prayer, please. I'm stuck in the mud. My heart is heavy. I can't see any way out. Can you please help me? Can you please show me the way? Can you please show me how to get out of this cage? This is the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna, he becomes despondent. I cannot fight. Krishna, I'm a soul surrendered to you. Tell me now for certain, what should I do? And Krishna says, you're a spirit soul. You're eternal. And you're grieving for something which is not worthy of grief. You're grieving for the temporary. You're suffering on account of illusion. And ultimately, the whole Bhagavad Gita, the conclusion, the key out of illusion, Krishna says it. Sarva dharmam parityaja mamakam sharanam vraja ahang tvang sarva pabemyo mokshayishyami ma suchaha. Abandon all varieties of religion. Abandon the externals and surrender to me. I'll deliver you from all sinful reactions. Ma suchaha. Do not fear. At some point we gotta turn our back on this materialistic way of seeing things and surrender to God, to Krishna, to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And He'll deliver us from all of these sufferings that come as a result of us doing a bad thing before. Any suffering that comes our way is a result of us causing suffering to someone else. Look, my character stopped attacking because it's been 20 minutes. Let's get that XP going. No XP waste. Do you know what I mean? This is madness. I'm clicking this game. You know what I mean? What am I doing here? Like, if we're being sober for a moment, we can get back to the role play very soon. Don't worry. We don't have to be sober for long. Back to that intoxication soon. But what am I doing here? Splashing on this guy in Drainer Village so that I can get my number to 99 and wear a cape. This takes 300 hours of maybe like 10% of my attention for 300 hours. There's always this 20-minute timer in the back of my mind for 300 hours, where that attention could be spent trying to connect myself, my consciousness, to Krishna, to God. Because this is the peace formula. Bhaktaram yagyatapasyam. If we become absorbed in thoughts of God, then we'll find true peace. But as long as we're absorbed in thoughts of the temporary, of this illusory world, there's going to be turmoil, anguish, suffering, strife. There's a million words in the dictionary. After all, that's what this material world is called. It's a river of names, and that's that. So on that light note, I just want to wish you a happy day, and maybe something I said resonated with you on some level. Yeah, I just want to be real as well, you know. Thank you so much for your kind attention. I really appreciate you being here, and I fully respect the opportunity that I've been given to speak to you. These opportunities happen for a reason. It's not just some mere chance. And like, offering you my utmost respects, I'm going to sign out. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Simple as that.